do you, girl. Oh, I could have a shrimp salad. Of course, your those are amazing. Where have you been? Because you're closing in on 50 and you don't want to start pushing you in an extra large wheelchair. I've so good. This is so nice. And I was like, and I'm probably yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Coaching, Caffeine, and Comedy, and I'm your host, Haley Kobza.
And I'm Lena.
So we threw out there about our giggle-grams last week.
We have a couple lined up, which is exciting.
To those. Brandel,
our
our number one, and he got the gold package of 50 doll hairs.
Yep.
Lena, tell everybody again, just in case they forgot, or they didn't listen to that episode.
Well, Christmas is about memories. It's not always about the things you get. It's the joy that fills your heart. Well, we're filling your heart with laughter.
Exactly.
So if you want a gigglegram for $35, you'll get one of our Coaching, Caffeine, and Comedy coffee mugs, some giggles, and if you want to up that to the gold package with an added t-shirt, you can for $50.
Exactly. And we're still waiting because we haven't heard from anybody that wants to fill that coffee cup with their delicious coffee.
Yes. Our sponsored coffee. Yes. So it could be empty, or if our sponsors step up, it could be filled with a warm cup of joe.
So we're just waiting for those people.
Yes.
There's like 3 options in McCook that could fill those coffee cups.
Mm-hmm. No pressure.
No pressure.
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little bit.
And we've had asked for Christmas parties. So if you want us to do your Christmas party, our calendar's tight.
It is.
During the holidays.
It is.
And we are going to be doing another show, possibly in February.
No.
Wait,
no, Lena,
is the date
come on. Well, we're doing February, but we also have a January date too, which you've probably, I don't know.
They have to travel.
Yeah, they have to travel to that one, but that one's going to be really big too.
So if you want us to do a show, you're going to have to supply the location, but you will get us. And, and the
again,
big bills.
'Tis the season for giving.
Yeah.
And we have presents to buy.
Yes.
For the humans.
Yes.
Lena has a few more than I do, but.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, enough about us.
That's right.
Let's talk to this person that we have in studio today. So in studio, we have Nick Nothnagel, jack of all trades. His resume, I'll say something and then you say something. Let's just go back and forth until we run out of things.
Okay, go.
Okay. Volunteer assistant women's volleyball coach for McCook Community College.
Nick's Distribution.
Assistant golf coach for McCook Community College.
HiTimes Liquor.
Oh, good,
I think.
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Father.
Husband.
Good. You're doing great.
Thank you. Son, since you seem to be stalled.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scooters. He doesn't own scooters, but like he has the land where scooters is. So I feel like I just tie scooters.
The quick shop. Nick's, quick.
No.
What's it called? Quick.
Wait, NStant Convenience?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job,
How
girl.
do you never go there?
Yeah, I do. And that's why I was like,
Instant Convenience?
well, I don't let him go because they have the flavored ice cream.
I know.
And so we can't,
Well,
so.
Gosh, nobody arrests me, but now I won't even let the kids go in.
I know.
Because I'm like, it could be morning. They're like, are we getting ice cream?
We need a cone, yes.
Yes.
I know.
Oh, so I'm like, I think they close.
Cones?
Oh, no, we put it in a cup.
Okay, same.
We used to do cones, and it was a nightmare.
Tripp's always like, I'm old enough now, I can do a cone. I was like, not in my car.
No.
No, our second born would spill it all over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They're wearing more than they eat is usually
it's
how it turns
the second
out.
borns. Did we miss anything, Nick?
Not really.
Wait, is there one in Omaha? Something you owned in Omaha that you were busy?
My dad had a company. We moved it to Omaha a long time ago.
Okay.
But he's got a few other places.
Yep. We have 5 retail liquor stores in Nebraska and Kansas. One in Columbus, Nebraska, one in York, and then one in
He must have
Great
left
Bend,
our gift down in
Kansas.
the car.
It was too big to bring out.
Yeah.
Couldn't carry it by himself.
It's quite the business umbrella.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did you think you were going to do that out of high school?
No. High school, I was kind of a lost soul. I didn't know what I was really doing.
Really?
Yep. If you could imagine.
I could not. I can't.
I think that's an
picture that.
entrepreneur thing.
Well,
I feel
it's
like
really weird because you ask my wife today, I'm a super big planner, right?
Right.
Big time.
Yeah.
So not having that idea of what I wanted to do with my life was just kind of bizarre if you ask me today.
So what did you want to do out of?
Nothing.
Really?
Nope.
Because out of you're a McCook native.
Yep. Born and raised.
Born and raised, McCook Bison. You played golf.
I did. I varsityed all 4 years in golf. We were state runner up my freshman year, state champions sophomore. Junior year we missed out completely, and then senior year we were state champs again.
And speaking of like back in the high school days, God, that's just a few years ago. Like I always just having known you, like I don't know you from that time, but like having known you, I was like, oh yeah, you definitely were part of that football team and all that. Yeah. You didn't even play football.
Nope. It's kind of a funny story. 8th grade, I played for 3 days. I got hit so hard by the biggest kid on the team, and I literally quit after that.
You were like done for.
Yeah, he ended my football career right then and there.
I cannot see that. I could not see him being that way. That's so crazy.
That is funny.
So then straight out of high school, you played golf here in Mid-Plains Community College or McCook Community College.
Really?
Yep. It was really weird. Summer of after I graduated high school, kind of dinking around town. Didn't really have a place to go to college. No idea what I was doing. Oh my gosh,
the summer?
Yeah.
Like you didn't.
Yep.
What did they say when you went across stage and Nick's going to? Nothing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow, that is so crazy. Continue.
So golfing at the golf course over the summer, the coach asked me if I'd play golf. I said yep. So signed up for classes and.
I didn't even realize they had it. Like I thought that just started kind of with you and Loop. Like no, I really did not know that.
Who was the golf coach then?
His name was Lee Maiden at the time.
Okay.
Huh.
Wait, so after you and Luke played for 2 years, you just took over the program, or?
Yeah, well, obviously moved back, kind of got settled in, and then Looper took over and asked me to help out.
So after 2 years at Mid-Plains,
yes, let's go there. Yep.
Then what?
Went to Kearney.
Okay.
Decided to play golf up there.
Oh, okay.
But I ended up. I didn't play golf there because the coach and I had a falling out. Day 2 of me moving in. Met with him plenty of times over the summer, and we had an argument over the phone, and that was that. So I went up there to play golf, and it didn't work out. Day 2 before school, and so I just ended up staying and getting my bachelor's degree. It's a very odd story, yes.
I don't like all of that. I'm just like, you're not. Yeah, I cannot.
I'm not willy-nilly anymore.
Yeah, I cannot see
that.
Yeah,
let's say that.
That is so. When you went to UNK, is that where you met your wife?
Nope. I ended up moving back to McCook after college, and because I love McCook. Worked here for a couple years. Kind of got into the groove. Ended up moving to Omaha because that's where the business was going. Worked up at the warehouse there for probably 8 months. I was kind of a category manager, as you would call. So I had a 4x4 desk and a cubicle, and we were setting a new store and getting ready to go with all these other convenience stores we loaded up. And I said, I don't like it anymore. So my partner and I had an agreement where we just kind of exchanged some stock, and I moved back to McCook, started my own business. It's always been drawn here. And then I met my wife playing volleyball, if you could believe that.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Or maybe that's so crazy.
I did not know that.
So we played the Winter Spike Fest. I don't know. Thought she was pretty cute, so I picked on her a lot. Always hitting the ball at her. Yeah, she wasn't on my team. No.
That was not nice.
No.
That's the way to get her, girl.
Yeah.
Just gonna serve her the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So ended up talking to her after the game or the whole day.
Were you apologizing or?
Kind of, yeah, I guess.
I don't see him being too apologetic for this. No.
Did you win?
Yeah, we won.
Okay.
Then he was probably in a different mood. He could be a little. I see that.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And how did you end up so you golfed, so we know how you did that all your life. How did you get into volleyball?
To be honest, it was probably my freshman year of junior college here in McCook. Just kind of how I met people, and obviously the girls, chased the girls at the time, so I definitely got into volleyball by that nature. And then some people kind of started teaching me some things along the way, and I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Like, I would play volleyball for the rest of my life.
That's cool. That's super. Yeah, I know. When I don't know, was it 4 years ago, and I was like, you know what, I want other people to like come and like evaluate our players and not just like myself, because like you could have somebody that completely comes in and they notice something completely different.
Right.
And even though you might not know like everything about the sport, for me, like when I don't remember who was my assistant at the time when that all started. Was it Dynas?
It could have been, yeah.
Yeah, I cannot remember, but I was like, I just want people that like, if you love the sport enough, you're gonna notice things, like even though you might not, because like I remember when I first asked you if you'd want to jump on board and be a volunteer assistant, you're like, I don't know anything about volleyball, and I'm like, that's a lie. Like, you know tons about volleyball, and if you love the sport, you're gonna notice things that I'm never gonna notice. And so Nick, he jumped on board, and he's been a great help ever since. And like he notices things that like, as a coach, like for blocking, I still remember this. Like I've learned something from Nick, and I probably have never told you this. Like, so he's like, you guys cannot jump at the same time that the hitter is taking off. Like, cause they're jumping at the same time. He's like, you can't do that, because then you're going up at the same time, and you guys have to go, delayed response, because then you're going to be late. You're going to be coming down when, at the same time, and you want to go up, after, and just things like that I had never noticed until just things like that. And, just those small little coaching details like that ends up changing the game for us. So, but yeah, so Nick is one of our volunteer assistants, along with, we had quite a few people that first year. Yeah. But Nick has stayed on, and he comes whenever he can. He's a busy person, as you guys heard. And then Athena Messenger.
Yeah, so. It's a lot of fun. I really have been thankful for it. So it's been it's a nice break in the day some days, and it's just fun to be part of a good program. Yeah.
And then when you do come to the games, like, sometimes you come alone, or sometimes, you have the whole family. I love it when the little kids are there though too, because, it's part of being, when Arlo, the last game when Arlo fell down the stairs?
Oh, that's our second born.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Letty, like, she's clumsy.
He's a klutz.
Yeah, and so is Letty. And I'm like, when Arlo, like, I don't know, like, I missed it, but I got to see the aftermath of it.
Oh, I'm glad you noticed.
And I'm like, oh gosh, thank goodness somebody else has a second born that acts like mine. Were any of your kids? It's like, can they not see correctly, or
no?
They
didn't
all
have that. Yeah.
No.
I mean, one can't see, but she was still like on her feet. But yeah.
Gosh, like Letty.
Arlo needs to wear a helmet, just straight up.
Same.
I mean, he's just a klutz.
Yeah. Like, if there's a corner of a table, like, she's going into it.
Yep.
Full force. Yeah, or if there's
maybe block it out like when they get older, but I don't remember that. I don't remember that being a thing.
No.
I don't know.
Well, it's a good learning process, because it's your own mistake. So.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You could literally fall out of a chair.
Get your life together. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. For real.
Now, how did you meet Nick?
Volleyball.
Oh, you guys played on the same team or against? Was this out at the marina?
No, we played on the same team with the Y.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I think it was like Ashley Palick.
Yeah.
That asked me to be a part of the team.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
And then that's how I met Nick and Hannah.
Yep.
Yeah, because we all played together. Yep. And Hannah and Nick are so opposite. Because then when I realized that was your wife, I was like, oh my gosh, she is so sweet. And Nick takes this very seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uber,
and
yes.
Just like having
blood.
fun.
I know, yeah. Yeah.
Like there's no way. Like Clay and I played on a sand league once. No, we could not do a team sport together.
Jake and I did, like and then we had to take a break, and then we're able to do it again.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, dude, it's okay. We're not like winning a lot of money or
well,
a
they
huge
always
trophy.
said, like, if you really want to test your marriage, take your partner golfing.
Does that happen?
It does happen, and it doesn't work out.
It doesn't?
No.
I think I've messaged Hannah, because I have asked Hannah if she golfs, because I'm like, I want to golf, but I want to golf with a girl.
Yeah.
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 Do you golf?
Yeah. And I think I got brand new clubs, and I don't think I went once.
You're a
It's
true
like,
golfer.
yeah,
You're
like
a true
Is
golfer.
that how it works?
it's so much time, or at least it is for guys. Like guys, like take all day. I mean, let's be real.
No. It's hard when you're a mom.
Yes, the mom guilt. I don't enjoy it as much. Like I keep thinking they're going to get to that age where I'm really going to enjoy it, and they're to the age. I mean, we should have been taking them with us all along, but like now they're to the age like they can start to play. Right. But it's like a full day. You know what? How much like stuff I could get done at home. You know what I mean?
I mean, I would like.
9
I
hours?
mean, the small
9
times that I have went, I've enjoyed it, because it's like
so peaceful.
in drinking and water.
It's not really
Yeah,
peaceful
it's
if
tough
you
to
get
adult after golf.
It's
Oh,
very
yeah.
tough to adult.
Yeah. That's
after
true.
golf. I don't. Is there like a Wednesday women's league or something here?
Tuesdays.
night.
Okay, yeah. So
Yes.
somebody invited me once, and I really wanted to go, but I'm like, you don't understand.
I chickened out too. I chickened out, and they're like, "You shouldn't have done that." And I lost a really good
No,
partner.
because like the person that asked me, I was like, you look like you golf
Yeah.
a lot. I do not.
They just need bodies. We
They-
need more lady golfers.
Yes.
Just
Well, no, I mean like in a
Okay.
good way. I mean in a good way.
Oh.
They need to start splitting people up, like people that are good, like because. But it's still intimidating. I didn't want to like golf with somebody who's really good because I was like,
Right.
"You're gonna hate me by the end of it."
No, I don't think. Yeah,
But-
just get out there and golf. And
Yeah.
Do you do anything with the golf course here?
I used to. Yeah, I used to be on the board for. I think it was 6 years. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
What did you not like? What have you not done?
Well, I got Townsley called one day and said, "Would you like to be on the board?" And 2 years later, I was president for 4 years, and then I was happy to be off. To be honest,
Yeah.
it's not easy out there, but it's a fun business. It was fun.
Are you part of the dart league that's out there as well?
I usually play darts. Yes, not
Oh,
this league
wait.
though.
Okay.
He's really competitive.
I'm pretty.
He's
good
very
at darts,
competitive.
I was
Yeah,
just
I know.
thinking, was he
Looper's
at
really
Yes, he
good.
was at. Yeah. Oh my God,
Who
they're
is your
good. So
dart
annoying.
league partner?
I play with Luke Olson.
Luke.
I think Luke's a good option because he's like I think he's like that 5'8" threshold, and that's like bullseye. 5'8" is bullseye. So I mean, it's just-
Wait, I could definitely see Nick being one of. Did he come with his own little briefcase?
Eventually, yeah, they all
Yeah?
did. It's like super. And
Lena went
Luke
once.
started out with his wife. That's what's upsetting. He started out with Naomi,
Yep.
and then all these like, and so it was like this fun thing. And then people are like, "This can be competitive too, just
Right.
like all the other things I love in life." So they ditch their wives and they get their own case and they're fancy. Like you can change
Their
out
weighted darts.
Yes, and it's
So-
like
So
Yeah.
what dart league do you go to now that you don't go to the?
I don't. I took the session off, but yeah.
Do you have your own dart?
You
set
know,
up at the
I really
house?
never played darts until that got going.
Yeah.
I think that was everybody's story. And well, I mean, some people did, but yeah,
But I also grew up in a bar. Like my parents, like back in the day, my parents would go out and they'd take us with, and
Yeah.
we'd play pool. And I'm really good at pool too.
imagine that.
I can.
Weird.
You're like ultra competitive. What
I'm
about like
super
solitaire?
competitive,
Are you competitive at solitaire?
No, not card games really, because that's all luck. And luck's not
Whoa,
luck.
whoa! You know what? I found the game. I'm willing to play
Okay.
this now.
Okay.
There's
I
no
was-
luck. It is 100% skill. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I wet my pants one time when I had to take a hit off him. It was.
Wait, sorry, a hit off.
I I was
Oh,
playing
volleyball.
defense. Volleyball.
Volleyball,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, Jake. And he goes, "Don't talk to me about it. I know what's happening." I was like, "No, I don't think you do." He's like, "It's very obvious." And I was like, "So you can see it?" And he's like, "Yes." It was awful.
you peed
He
your
hit it so
pants?
hard. Yes. It's
I-
like, dude,
I-
it's Y legs. Settle down, Nancy.
I feel like I need to apologize.
You been
I'm
waiting.
sorry.
No, you're
Oh
not.
my goodness.
He's like,
I'm a terrible
made
vol-
someone pee their pants. Check in the book.
Let me check my list of things
Made
to
somebody
do.
cry. Check.
That's the best. Like that's like if I ever do any volleyball, I'm like Nick is. I'm not playing unless Nick is on my team. 'Cause I'm
Yes.
not playing against him.
No, it's
And-
like
yeah.
literally you show up and you're like, son of a biscuit, because they're super like, we're there to kind of have fun. I mean, like
Yeah, I
winning's
know.
okay, but they're like
Oh
cutthroat.
no. That's like if I'm playing, it's
Oh, please,
Yeah.
you guys in your.
Same here. Lace them up. Let's roll.
Okay,
Let's-
did
yeah.
you see where you pulled in? It said YMCA. Okay, like this. I don't know what you're thinking is happening. All right.
yeah. But like if I'm signing up
pro
and I'm putting
tryouts.
forth my effort, we're winning.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm
Yeah,
wetting my
second place
pants.
is for
So
losers. I'm sorry.
well, losers wet their pants. So anyways,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
it's fine. It's whatever. It is what it is.
But we played the. I'm trying to think. Did you play at the marina? I can't.
Yeah, we
speak
played
no
the
words.
marina
Yeah.
that one night.
Yeah.
We played like 9 freaking games. And
Yeah.
It was I think 10:30 at night. Mm-hmm. I think it was you and Cherry and me and Townsley.
Yeah.
Is this like
yeah, because I
tournament
was the
time or
only
something?
female.
Tournament time?
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
but
like,
yeah.
nobody else could show up, and
Oh, so you weren't even probably a legitimate. You probably weren't even on the roster. Illegal substitution.
no,
yes.
because there was
That's-
only
check
like
that.
there was only like 4 of us, so they were like, well, yeah, they have no chance, and we ended up winning it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn right.
So yeah, like I said, if I'm going to play, I'm going to make sure I have like the A team, the men's team here in McCook. Which, by the way, I don't know if I've told you this, but I've decided we're going to put together a men's team during the spring season to scrimmage our players.
Oh, that's a great
Open
idea.
for the public.
That's a great. Oh, that's a great
Isn't
idea.
it?
Yes.
Because there's a lot
I'm
of
gonna sign
men
Jake
that are
up for
really
that.
good here. I've never seen
me-
Jake play. but I
He's
would
good.
love to see Jake play.
Ugh, gross.
He's scrappy. He's out. He's
he
always
is?
everywhere.
Yeah.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's like cut his face like twice, and I'm like, how do you do that in again YMCA
He's
co-ed
just
volleyball?
going.
Yeah,
He's like a bag of bones.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I've never.
yeah.
So you have Nick, you have Jake, you have Josh Cherry.
You haven't seen him play.
You've never
Nelms,
seen Cherry
you
play?
could get Nelms.
Oh, Nelms he's on my Y team now.
Yeah, of course
Nelms? Do I know who Nelms is?
He has a daughter that plays at Southwest. She's
Yep.
a freshman.
Okay.
Atlee.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, Cherry's good, and then Townsley's good.
I've never seen Townsley play.
Yeah, Townsley's good, and then Taylor Quigley. He's left-handed,
Yeah.
so he
Jake's
gets
lefty
really.
too.
Jake's a lefty.
Okay, moving on. Anyway, and then
And then our new softball coach loves volleyball, and he looks like he could be an athlete.
I don't know. Yeah, I know who. I mean,
Minden Hall.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, we could
Okay, yeah,
come up-
you got some.
Yeah, and then there's some guys in North Platte. We could intermingle them and just be like really good. I would coach the men's team. I'd let Hannah have our team.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's about winning.
Yes.
About winning
It's about winning. I want to make sure.
every time.
Yeah, every single time.
What sports have you already introduced your boys to?
We do a little t-ball, some football, soccer. They're still
Wait, they've
pretty
all
young.
done those things?
I mean, like we do in the
Okay,
backyard
I was
and
like,
stuff.
oh gosh, am I missing out?
Yeah, no.
Don't even mention these things.
Why?
Write it out as long as you can, because once you're in, you're in.
Well, I've already mentioned the wrestling thing to Trip, and we're ruined.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
he went to daycare the next day. He's like, Jax, listen, I'm gonna wrestle with you.
See, yeah, and then then it's
You know what?
over.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
took our kids to the wrestling tournament here, whatever that was.
Yeah.
It was an eye opener for both of them. I don't
Yeah.
think they blinked for 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
no.
they
Like the
were-
little
they-
kid, like a
yeah,
little.
like Arlo and Ezra, like, yeah, there was kids crying. I was like, oh man, this looks brutal.
Oh yeah, no. Trip
But-
he's about it.
Yeah.
He is like, because I guess they have like little pee-wee wrestling. It's opens
yeah.
up in January, 2 nights a week.
There you go.
That's when that condo
house, yeah.
that condo would come
Loft.
into play. Loft.
Yeah. mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What's your theory on kids playing sports? Because I feel like it would be different from like how when you grew up. Like, so with your sons, are you going to just let them just
Yeah.
test the waters,
Yep.
whatever they want to do?
Yep. Yeah, Ezra wants to play football next year, so by all means, go play football. Mm-hmm. I've come to the decision, and it was with Hannah too. Like, we're not going to push anything onto our kids as far as sports. If you're into it, you're into it. If you're all in, you're all in. That's great. Mm-hmm. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Right.
But then you got that threshold of like whatever 5 to maybe 11, 12. You're part of a social program, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Don't just be in it to be in it. Like, play and do all that. But it's kind of a weird theory because it's like I'm on a team, but do I really like it?
Right.
And I don't want to do the whole travel stuff either. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to coach. But
I
what's
said
gonna
all
happen
that.
is I know I'm going to eat my own words here coming up.
Oh, I said that
Nick,
for
I
so
think you'd
long.
be a
I know.
great coach. You and
Yeah.
Hannah both.
Yeah.
And it's not about if you're good or not. It's
Yeah.
that you have a full-time job. You have
Yeah.
all these
Right,
other
you have-
things.
yeah. You
And
have
it's
a-
like, and all of that is volunteer. Like
is.
all of that's you giving of your time. And then you're not just giving your time, like you're coordinating it all because you're signing up for the tournaments. You're doing all that stuff that's like, I remember being where you guys are and just like we didn't do we held off for so long because I was like, I just treasure these moments
Yeah.
that we have at home that we're together and and I love being at home. Like our home is an oasis. Like I love being there. And like once you start, like, I don't want to say it's over, but you're in it. And it's a whole nother different beauty of being together and following some of that and then having that community of people that you're with. But it is a lot.
Well, it's just like, you're an 8th grader or you're 8 years old and you're on a traveling baseball team. We never had that. We would be at the sand lot behind the Felling Field playing baseball.
Yeah.
Like, just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little early.
And so you're lucky too because you're dealing with boys. Like for me, for girls, we get to that age, there's nothing left at Felling. So if we don't do travel, they don't have those opportunities. And I think that's the one thing because I was always like, we're not doing travel. And my dad was like, I'll pay you $2,000 a kid per summer to not do travel. I was like, sign me up. And then I had one that just fell in love. You know what I mean? Like, And I'm like, sweet mother of pearl. But it's really minimal. It's not like some of the crazy.
Right.
We're not like on some of those leagues that's like $5,000 to $8,000 to be a part of.
Yeah,
and
that's expensive.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Yeah.
And then you're traveling all the time. You know,
Right.
maybe you have 30 games. Like we have maybe 6.
So Nick, when you do coach your children, what would be like? Okay, what would be like? I'll coach this because I think I'd
I would
be
definitely
able to
help coach basketball. I mean, I have no problem with that. I know the fundamentals of that. Probably flag football, not. I didn't play football, so I don't know.
Right.
I know the ins and outs, and obviously flag football is either run to left or right. And come on, that's not that hard.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what the future holds for.
But you didn't play volleyball.
No, I
And
didn't play
you've,
volleyball.
and you've learned
Yeah.
that well enough to. So it's like how.
I was just thinking of another really good men volleyball player. Also, just randomly. Oh,
Where
he
that you're still
golfs.
on that.
Their little boys golf. Sorry.
Oh, Rippin.
Rippin.
Oh,
yeah,
He's
Garrett.
also good too.
Yeah, got to get G out of retirement.
Yeah.
You didn't
Oh,
know
he's
he played
retired?
volleyball?
What?
I didn't know Garrett played volleyball. I
Yeah,
never played
he's
against him.
good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Garrett.
Yeah.
Did you play basketball 4 years then in high school?
Nope. Another one of my quit jobs. I quit in 10th grade.
I just cannot see this out of you. Period.
Will you let your kids quit?
No.
See, it's so
It's kind of it's a learning process.
Yeah.
I learned all this on my own, and just made bad decisions. I mean, if you asked me, I would have never quit basketball. But I don't know what the deal was, and
So was there like a turning point in your life where like it just everything like clicked and you just changed? Because like I feel like what was that? That might be too deep.
I could probably like flash back to being in like just my probably business finance class in Kearney. I wanted to quit school. I hated school. I'm not even joking. Like high school, college, it was so redundant. Just put your nose in a book and try to remember all this for the test. And I was also one of those people that had to go to the library to study. I could not study at home. So really forced myself a lot. And my business finance teacher they were good, but it was too in-depth. And I called my dad. I was like, I'm going to quit. I think I'm just going to go work for the railroad. And of course, when I said that, it was quit after quit, maybe, if you ask me. And I finally said, no, I'm going to stick it out and do all that.
And that's
probably the epiphany that came. Like, you can't keep quitting.
Oh.
So, like, there's only like 2 major quits, probably,
Right.
The basketball and maybe a little the UNK golf. But also, I had a temper. So that comes into play.
Are you the baby of the family?
No, middle child.
Okay, oh my gosh. I knew it. I knew it. Because like
So you have a sister and a brother, right?
Yep.
Listening to your story, I'm like, you sound like one of my middle brothers.
Yeah.
Like kind of the same exact thing. And then there was just something that snapped, and he's like the most successful. Like, you know what? All my siblings are very successful.
Good
but
save.
Like,
Good save.
good save there. Yes, because I know they all listen to this.
Christmas.
Yes, Christmas. And I'm the baby. And like, kind of the same thing. Like he just like had the same exact Nothnagel. And then one day it was just like, I'm going to go to the Marines.
Yeah.
And it was just like out of nowhere, and that changed his life forever. And just like in his future was just like filled with success and like top of the class at UNK or UNL and top attorney and all these things.
Yeah.
And it was just like, but like fail after fail after fail.
Yeah.
And then one day.
Was it a little problem with authority too? Like, did you have a problem with authority? Or
I'd probably say yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but it was just a weird time. Like, you're growing up, you think you know everything and you don't. And I just hope I can be there for my kids and just say, hey, what's going on with your life? And, I don't think you want to go this route because there's repercussions. And I was never told there were repercussions. Like, just kind of go on my own. And not saying my parents were never involved. They just worked so hard. And it was kind of a more independent stage, like, get your ass to school and, get up and go
And
do
you were
all
the
that.
middle child.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this though before, like when we first came together today, about like, I mean, I don't remember seeing my dad growing up.
Yeah.
Like he worked so hard to provide.
Yeah, the difference between like when we were like the parents' involvement compared to now.
They weren't bad parents. It was just a different level of engagement. Like if I was going to go out for something, I was signing myself up for it. And I was like, my parents weren't doing what I'm doing now, like looking for leagues or looking for things for them to be a part of. Like my parents, like, if you're going to do that, you got to figure it out, you know? And the same thing with like, if you're going to quit, what does that mean for you? You know, like they weren't saying, I mean, they probably weren't encouraging me to quit by any means, but like it definitely, well, I wanted to quit college. I don't even know how many times I called my parents begging them to let me quit. And they're like, you're not moving in here. And like that was their only advice. Like there wasn't anything like that, but you're like, not moving here. So I was like, okay. Now what? What do you think that means for you? I mean, you said you want to be there for your kids, but like, what are some of those conversations you think like you would have with them that prevent them from?
Well, I'd probably say, you know, if you're going to go out for a sport, you make a commitment, stick to it, whether it's just the season or your entire career. And if you're not going to, you know, be involved in so many sports, whatever that is, you know, if you want to do tennis or cross country, I don't know, like what these kids are going to do, basketball, hopefully basketball. If you're not going to be committed to so many sports, you need to get a job.
Agreed.
And, you know,
do something.
I have plenty of things that you could do, so I might be pretty strict, but I think it's going to be a life lesson to kind of learn. Like, this is how life is without sports.
And, okay, so you married Hannah. She also McCook native.
Yep.
Her dad, did he coach?
He's he helps coach basketball, high school.
Right. Do you feel, because like I feel like there are a lot of games.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Have you learned anything, like, from your in-laws in that retrospect?
I would just say probably the camaraderie. Like Cindy always goes and helps support Kurt no matter what he's doing. And then Kurt, I haven't been coached by him, but I think he has a good involvement with the kids that he gets in touch with. He's pretty committed to them. But as far as his coaching style, I'm not particularly sure what it is because I'm not involved on that. But I think it's pretty in depth.
Right.
So
you made a really good point there. You said like Cindy, like she supports him in everything.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen them separate.
Yeah, I mean,
like they're always together and they do things together, which is like, I know, like every time I see them playing pickleball, they're playing pickleball together, and which is really cool.
Yep, I learned that right off the get-go when I married Hannah. It's just her family's super involved on all levels, and then my family's kind of
right.
The black side or the white side of that. You know, it's not a gray area.
Right.
So,
Do you think that's like common for marriages? That's there's one family that's way
sure.
more. Yeah, like that's the
I
way
think so.
I
Like
can see that.
you have the family that's like, I think Clay will be like, oh gosh, Schaefer family Christmas, you know,
Right?
Because it's like there's stuff we're planning and all this, and you know, and then the other ones are a little bit more laid back, and you know, but then isn't that what makes people compatible? You know, you got to get opposite things.
Like how would it work otherwise?
Exactly.
Like if both families
how
were like
could
that.
they play volleyball together if they were both competitive? That would be scary.
It's not even fun anymore when people get like
yes, it is
for those crazies.
Yes.
No, I always I will harass Nick endlessly if we have to play against him. I'm like, okay, Nancy, try and get it over the net. You know,
my
like.
Gosh.
Meanwhile, I'm going. Well, I wore my super overnight pads so that I don't. Anyway,
poor Nick feels bad about
he
that.
Does not. He does not.
Next time he plays you, he's gonna be like, everybody pick on Lena. Give her every
underhand
ball.
serve
her
only
way.
and
send
tips.
Him her way.
Soft, gentle tip.
Yeah.
Call. No, it's awful. What's one of your like fondest memories of high school regarding like a sport you participated in? Like what was? I mean, I know you talked about state with golf, and obviously that's like.
Yeah, that's up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a touchy-feely thing for me because Ron Coleman was my golf coach, and everybody loved Ron Coleman. He was like my father figure, best friend, and he was always there. He would always tell you make a mistake or you don't want to do that. But the fondest memory of high school, I guess, would probably just, it's just being around your friends, and I didn't like school anyways, but so the highlight for me wasn't all that grand because I wasn't super athletic. I was pretty small in high school. I think I grew like a foot after graduating.
Really?
Like pretty close to that. probably maybe weighed 165 pounds.
You know, it's so like
And it's just weird because my body wasn't there. So, not being involved in all that was kind of tough, but it was a fun time still.
If you think about like just, men, and of course they like grow differently than women, but like how much they change. Thinking back to last week's person, Coach Brandel, that kid in high school was like the same size as that microphone holder. He was just this skinny little string bean person with long, lanky arms and legs. Yep. And then like when they like, just the maturity, they don't their bodies don't mature until after high school.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how mine was.
Yeah.
What are other, okay, you talked about being on the board for the golf course. What are some of the other things that you're involved in outside of work that's just like your community service type investments, if that makes sense?
Just the only other, I'm only on one board right now. Just I'm on the McCook Economic Development Board.
And how long have you been on that board?
Oh, going on a little over a year.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah, so it's pretty fresh, but there's a lot of information there. So
yeah.
Kind of got into the more of the economic development side, obviously doing the fuel station, helping find scooters come to town. It's interesting because there's a lot of businesses looking at McCook, like a lot, and they're really cool names, but it's just the fact of getting them here.
Well, and people don't realize, because I was on the economic development board for 6-7 years, they're very specific. Like if you're even like when Goodwill was coming in or certain businesses, like they have to have very specific exits from a highway, and then they have to have a certain kind of exit. Like McDonald's has and that's why when you see them in other communities, it seems so familiar because like that's the way it has to be.
Right.
And so we have to have like geographically the exact location for them. So even if you have like 10 places that are looking to come here, there's maybe like 2 spots you could possibly look at that.
Right.
You know what I mean, to make it work.
Speaking of scooters, I try to stay away from gluten, but those sugar cookies.
Oh, they're bomb. Those Christmas sugar cookies.
Those, what's in those? Crack cocaine?
It is crack cocaine. You know, they delivered here a while ago.
Oh my gosh, to the school.
Yes.
Because
it's the size of my right cheek.
Why did they give? Why did you get them at St. Pat's?
What is that even supposed to mean?
I don't know the same.
I know. I just feel like
asking.
that's
No.
Talking
Did somebody
down.
like buy them all? Or
Yeah. Well, okay, I heard they were having like a contest, but then, I'm not. They just love educators.
Well, Haley,
and they're all about sharing the love.
Haley Arlene Smalley got one. It was like Halloween.
Yeah,
and she like
because that's what we needed on Halloween was another
freaking sugar cookie. Well, and she doesn't like them, and I was like,
I'm not really a cookie person,
So
and especially
good.
on Halloween, I was like, there's been so much sugar, but I had anything.
I want a freaking cookie.
Right? Took a little bit. Kendall's like, you're gonna want to try this, and I was like, really? It's that good? She's like,
It's that good.
She goes, Mom,
Yeah.
it's that good.
It is so good.
I was like, sweet mother of butter.
So good.
This thing is heaven.
One of my volleyball players last year, I think we would go because I'm like, I don't want to eat the whole thing,
But you do.
but you do.
Yeah, you say you're not gonna,
Yeah.
because I was like, I don't. So I had one. I was like, I'll just give it to Jake. I don't even think Jake saw it because I was like, this is
that puppy's
ridiculous.
8.
It's
Yeah.
so good. Their green tea.
Oh, I've never had that.
Oh my
I like
gosh,
their
with the
matchas though. Those like matcha green tea.
What is that?
I don't know, but Hannah got me started on them.
Is that like the thing that rots? What's that stuff that? Well, ferments.
Matcha's like grass.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
not
it's
what
like
I
a
was
grass
thinking.
smoothie.
Oh, well,
So healthy.
I like the green tea.
And if you eat that, have one of those with the sugar cookie, like cancels
It
out.
offsets.
Oh, there we go. Sure.
Positive, negative.
My volleyball player, Victoria Thomas, like last year, we'd go get those sugar cookies, and she's like, "Did you see what was back at Scooters?" I'm like, "No, yeah, I've already had a few."
Guilty.
So when did the Christmas ones come out then? Is that what this whole like
yeah, they're
sharing
out
of the?
now.
Yeah,
Okay, is
because
that
they
why
had
they
the breast cancer ones,
Yeah.
and then
didn't know anything about that?
yeah, and I think now the Christmas ones are out. That was my stomach.
Well, you're thinking about
So
cookies.
hungry.
So,
So hungry.
Sign.
yeah, we always count the line on the way in because I tell the girls always like, hey, if there's more than 4 cars, we're not
We're
stopping.
not going.
I don't think we've ever stopped on the way in on the school day. After, that's fair game.
Okay, speaking of scooters, let's talk about our favorite scooters drinks. You go first.
I'm pretty plain Jane. I like a just caramelicious. I really do. Like just
okay. Hot or cold?
I could go
Or
both ways.
iced?
I could go both always.
Always.
Yep.
Okay.
Or my big kick now is I'm huge on caffeine now, but the blue raspberry infusions.
I haven't tried that one.
Okay, what is this?
What, the infusions?
Yeah.
I was going to talk
You were.
about
I think
mine.
you were talking
Yes,
about.
'cause
Is
I
this
told
what
you.
has the Red Bull in it?
Yeah.
Yep, it has Red Bull, but it's like
never
blue
had
raspberry. It's
The
awesome.
desert pear.
They're kind of expensive. I'm not trying to knock their business
They
model.
are?
But,
I
yeah,
don't. I
but-
guess I don't even ask anymore.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's
you
horrible.
don't.
Yeah, you got to treat yourself once in a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Or
at
every
that
day.
point,
Either
yeah,
way.
Yeah.
Either
Daily's
way.
fine.
Yeah. So those are your 2 go-tos.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
They do a great Americano, which is a shot of espresso and water with a little bit of cream or half and half, and
Okay.
then 1 stevia or Splenda. I think they have Truvia. No, they have Splenda.
Okay.
That, and I got Jake the sugar-free caramel. But can't do the caramelicious,
Yeah.
but a sugar-free caramel latte. It was really good because I'm really picky about the flavor of sugar-frees. Sometimes they're a little, and it was really good. But the Americano, because sometimes they're not. It can be a little bitter, sometimes, but theirs is not.
I usually do a hot vanilla latte with almond milk.
Oh, here we go.
So
When
it begins.
when you're taking the
And a
order, you
sugar
just
cookie.
cringe as soon.
Yeah.
I know. They're like, oh,
She's
she's
back.
back. That's exactly. I know.
And then they'll say, "Is this the lady that always asks for the gluten-free cookies?"
Because the one girl, one of the volleyball girls I had at camp, she started to realize my voice, and every time I'd say it, she's like, "Is this Copsa?" I'm like, "Is that a problem? Don't spit in my
the
drink. Hold the
Yeah.
spit." Yeah.
Oh,
or I
yeah.
do the desert pear infusion.
I'm gonna have to try that. Is there a lot of sugar in it though? Like I don't think like really. I don't like.
I'm sure it's very sugary.
Probably, but it's delicious. It's
Okay.
like refreshing. Like, I don't know. I want to try that. Is it a blue drink though?
Blue raspberry, yeah. But I think it's out of season, so now it's like pomegranate cranberry.
Ooh, see, I need to try something different.
Change it
Try
up.
Something different. But the other day though, I was going through Scooters and I got my new Christmas Starbucks cup.
That's nice.
Isn't it beautiful? So pretty. And the girl was like, "Oh my gosh,
I can't wait
gorgeous
to show
cup."
Jake you got that.
And I
'Cause he's
turned
like-
it, and I was like, "It's a Starbucks cup." She's like, "Have you seen our Scooters Christmas cups yet?" I was like, "Oh,
Sorry,
Starbucks has the prettiest Christmas cups though.
they do have nice
They
cups.
have really pretty Christmas cups." I'm waiting for a blue one.
I like the coffee mugs that like people get me from other states. Our baseball boys one year
Oh.
got me one from Las Vegas, and I was like, "That's
Oh,
good."
the
job.
steak cups.
Yeah,
Oh,
from
are we-
Starbucks.
My sister collects those.
Your
too.
older sister.
Yeah, my
older,
40-year-old
wiser
older
Okay.
sister.
Anyway, what is okay? First of all, after working in retail so long, I'm a customer service snob, and at
Ooh, good questions.
well, he has great at. Well, now I'm gonna mess the name up again.
Instant Convenience.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Oh, sorry. It's just like a brain fog thing. They have great customer
Oh,
service.
great customer
Like,
service.
honestly.
They really
I-
do.
They.
Thank you, yes.
It
They
is
really
some
do.
of the best that I'm sometimes like, wow.
Oh, there is a girl that works in there like in the afternoons. Maybe she works there in the mornings. I don't know, but she's like younger. She's super sweet. But like every time we go in there for cones, she'll be like, because my kids like I'm not giving them a whole cup.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
and
that's
those
a
cups are
lot.
like kind of big.
Yep.
And so like I'll just get this much, and she's like, oh, maybe she's not. I'm not supposed to
Yeah.
say that.
Just stop talking. Anyway, that.
She's super.
I'll get to the bottom of that.
Oh my god,
I'm just joking.
she's so. She's just so
But
sweet.
yes,
Like
that
everything.
matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're lucky with the staff we have.
Yeah, you guys
always, probably my little secret. It's not like it's a secret really, but always ask the managers, no matter where they're at. You know, and the staff. We have team meetings. Say, if you come in and look at the place, is this a place that you would shop?
Yeah.
And if
Oh,
it's
that's a good one.
if it's kind of like, oh, I don't know, it's a little dirty. Well, then we need to step our game up.
Right.
I don't know. The amount of money I've invested is just like, I want things nice and neat and clean, organized, and
Hey.
things will fall into place.
Kudos though, the new bathrooms at Instant Convenience. Like that's one of my sketchy. That's so funny. That's like how I like
Especially when you have kids.
grade things because
Yes.
with the kids, like
Yes.
if I have to go anywhere else, like and I'm not at the college, like I will take my kids to the bathroom at Instant Convenience. So good addition.
Yeah.
They're
Thank
really
you. Yeah.
clean.
Because my place is always the Keystone. I was like, I can take my kids to the Keystone. It's a
Oh,
clean bathroom.
good. Yeah, it's
but
a
yeah,
good-
it truly, when you have
Yeah.
littles, that is something you
'cause I'm
think
just
about
like,
differently.
Ooh, you go to
Yeah.
nothing
No,
against
no,
Casey's.
don't
but, like,
stop talking. Yep.
Well, it's the best 80 grand ever spent. So
The bathrooms, for real though, bathrooms are expensive, and you get to do 2 of them. Right?
well,
Is
I'm
it
just
2?
saying it's not cheap. It's
Yeah,
just
no, but
ridiculously
no.
expensive
Yeah.
anymore.
But those are nice bathrooms.
Yep.
So good money spent.
Write the check.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
just, that's so hard to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine having like 2 bathrooms in your house for like 80 grand? Like, think about that.
Let's not. I'm just trying to get
That's
my.
like
But
trying to
that's
get my
what people
addition
don't
finished.
realize when
Yeah.
they talk
What?
about like the hours a place has or something
They
else.
don't
So
think of any of the other
They don't
stuff.
think about any of that.
Right.
And I think when you're on the other end of it, when people complain about customer service, you're like, you have no idea what's going on, and especially we're getting into that crazy time of year, that holiday time where people are like, they're not always so kind.
Right.
I
think that's one of my and I think just probably just being friends and acquaintances with Nick is like with Facebook and keyboard Karens. Like I just get so defensive, like whether it's like Nick or any other business in town. It's like they don't think about all the other things that go into play. Like shut your mouth. Why don't you come and do something? Or like you're probably the problem.
Yeah.
Like you're going to talk about it, but you're not willing to help fix anything.
Yeah.
Or like, what are you doing to make this community better? Yeah. It's just stuff like that just drives me nuts. So I just I have to move my hands away, not say anything.
Well, that's good because I don't do that.
Which is, but I know, but I think,
that's
but
the
I
hard
think
thing,
that's
though.
part of the reason though I'm the way that I am because you do that, and then that makes you look at other things though. Like, hey, have you ever thought about that? Like,
I don't know. I should just delete my app though, like just Facebook off your phone. Because you're always looking at it.
oh well, yeah,
I was like, oh, well, what the hell? And, certain things do bother me, but it is what it is. You have an opinion. You're validated to that. That's cool, but you're also tearing somebody down.
right.
It's not like I'm forcing you to shop at my place. Although you're welcome to. I wish you would.
But that same stuff, I relate that to coaching. Like that's
Yeah.
your business.
It is.
The same stuff happens with coaching. And you get some angry mom out there, she will say whatever she wants to, and she's not posting it on your page, she's posting it to all of her friends.
Yeah.
And it's the same exact thing. Like, why don't you come and step into my shoes, and then you can tell me how your daughter is, like that. So like that's I think why it's like relatable, and it's the same, even though you're a business owner, you're also a coach too. Like you coach your employees and things like that.
Yes.
And just like that stuff was like,
Well, and how much money do they give to our community for our teams to continue?
yeah.
Whether it's a YMCA team or a team over at Felling Field, like these small businesses give so much. And I always like when people talk about like shopping local or whatever they talk about, I'm like, whose names do you see on jerseys or in the gyms or wherever? Because it's like those are the ones that are supporting what we have going on.
Oh, yeah.
And how we continue to thrive.
Is your name up on a banner? At the
No, mine is not.
Peter and Doris,
No.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
don't
know
own
you're
a
saying.
business,
Yeah.
but
But people can do it independently too. But it's
yeah, for
it's
sure.
that whole thing. It's and like when we first moved back here, I think the hardest thing for us was adjusting to the amount of places that were closed on a Sunday or Monday or that closed at 5:30. And I'm like, now I praise God for it because I'm like, it's such a blessing to know that people are putting their family above some of the other things that they could be doing. Because it's like, that's more of what we need.
Yeah.
And I just wish people would realize, like, business is hard enough as it is. Like, me as an employer and the regulations I have to go through, the reporting, it's not just like I go down and sit at the office,
Right.
And business on the retail side is hard because you're serving customers. I get people have bad days, but one person's bad day ruins everybody's.
Yeah, for sure.
But, to each their own and smile and move on with your day. And
Exactly.
that's the hard thing.
And until you go into like Nick's distribution, if you've just gone in to get like when I did my parents' anniversary party, I went in there for all my plateware because you can get so much that you don't even know because you're not like walking down aisles, you know what I mean? But then Nick's just like, come back here. Well, your mom took me back and she's like, let me just show you everything. I was like, what? This is like the holy grail of plateware. And when you're having a lot of people, and I was like, and I think one time I did something at the hospital and we were doing popcorn and candy. And she's like, just come back here and look at everything that we have and I'll just get you whatever you want. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Like I think almost every time I've went in there, I've like seen something new that you guys have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have access to a lot of stuff. So
yeah.
it's just
Hands down. Yes.
getting it in time is tough. But
I used to get my amino energy there all the time. And it was right in front too. It was so convenient. I was like, thank you for this. It's just right there.
Yeah. No, that's one thing I know. Like, for instance, like I love Alani's.
Oh, here we go.
Every time, I feel like I introduced those to
you did.
Yeah, because
I'll give you credit.
yes, that's what I'm talking about. Alani, you better be listening.
The room just got smaller.
Oh my gosh.
So, like, I love those drinks. And then I asked Nick one day, I was like, can you get these? Because, like, I don't want to buy them. If I don't have to buy them at GNC. Nothing against GNC, but I'd rather buy them like from town, and then I have to pay for shipping.
Here
all
we
that
go.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, Nick got them, and then Hannah liked them, and Nick liked them, and now they're in stores.
Oh God.
So
Is this where I say thank you?
every time I go
thanks,
into
Nick.
NStant Convenience, I'm like, I made these get here. Yeah.
Yeah, now the beer companies sell them. So, yep. They're kind of, it's
They have
it's a nice little
They just
niche.
started doing wine cooler, like not wine coolers, but like, you know, the ones that are in the skinny cans, kind of like a, what do you call those? Like
Like a White Claw?
like a White Claw. They just started doing some of those.
Like hard Alani's?
Yes.
Interesting. That's what we need.
Like it's like oh God.
Add that to the world. Yeah.
I'll start drinking those at school. Nobody will notice the difference.
That's right. That's an Alani,
Yeah,
I
this is an
swear.
Alani drink, I promise. Yeah.
They're already kind of questionable. Like, you know, because I say that about the teachers all the time, because the teachers are always like, this is not what you think it is. I'm like, well, I don't ask anymore.
Well, I like,
You
because
do
when I
you.
started drinking
Yeah.
Alani's, people are like, oh, what's that? So now I just make it worse, and I put a koozie on it too, just to like add
Of
to it.
course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to get people talking.
Yep. Why not?
Why not? What else
Love
do they
being
have to
talked
do?
about.
Yes. What is your biggest thing that you like that makes your heart full for doing all the things that you do? Like at the end of the day, it's stressful, it's exhausting, but like what makes you continue to want to build this community?
That's a good question.
Because there's got to be something. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep trying to do it.
I mean, obviously you do it for some sort of financial freedom. Hopefully I can retire in my life. The projects I think I have coming down the road will prolong that, but I don't know. It's a fun place to live, work, and play, really. It's not super expensive. The people are great, and it's like the safety and security for me. Like, you know, dang good well, like we live in a pretty like low crime town, so your kids are going to be safe. And if you could just kind of help build up the options, I don't know, the business options in town, I just want to be part of that. Okay. But then like my heart, like if I was a philanthropist, I would love to be that. Like I would love to go up to somebody and say, I want to buy your mortgage today. Like I'm that kind of person.
Yeah, right.
Like I want to give the best I can to whatever I'm doing. So whether it's like, you know, if I can do a church volunteer deal, I'll do that. Obviously can't say no to boards as much as I want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a fun little place to be.
Is there anybody in this community that I'm trying to think what the word is, that like you don't look up to them, but you're just like, they do such a great job of helping our community? Like, is there like one or two people? I mean, like, I just think about like the people that come to my mind. Like, do you have anybody that's like kind of inspire you to be better that's in our community?
Oh, I'd really have to think about that one. Obviously, my father was a big one, but as far as, I'm at a loss here.
I feel like there is a lot of people though.
There
are so many people that are like, they're just so like McCook driven. And
I would probably say, I guess one person that came to my mind was probably Matt Sainert.
Yeah.
He kind of reached out to me a bunch of times and like, hey, you know, you need to be involved more, help kind of push me along. He was a great customer for a long time too, and so was Andrew. But that was kind of a cool deal for someone like Matt, where we don't really have a personal relationship. He just kind of called up and said, hey, I want to talk to you. Let's have coffee.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's one
awesome.
for sure.
Yeah, Matt. I think when we have this surge of young people moving back who are getting involved and they have young kids, it seems like the worst time to add something else to it, like adding a board. Like it's just one more thing to take away. And every time I was asked to be on a board, that's what I felt. I was like, my kids are little right now. Like I don't feel like this is what I should be doing. But when you really take the hours of the month that it takes away from your family, it's minimal to what it gives to the community. And so if you can start to figure that out and know, like, you know, most boards have, you know, a term limit. So like, you know, you're not going to be doing it forever, and then you learn a lot more about the behind the scenes, like what you're talking about, like the regulations. Like when you're on a hospital board or economic board, or you're dealing with alcohol, and you find out and gasoline, like all the regulations. And when people complain about things, it's like, if you had any idea what it took for me to even like distribute this for you,
Right.
you probably would step back and just be like, thank you. You know, like for the hospital to even open the doors, if you knew half the regulations, you'd stop complaining because you're just like, oh, you don't go to work, deal with it. You know, like most of us don't go to work dealing with that.
You just see the success.
Yes.
You don't see the behind the scenes.
No.
Right.
The headaches and like,
And that's how my job is. Like, I bet probably a good 4 months out of the year, if you timed it out for the annual part of it, I'm behind my desk doing paperwork for regulations just to be open.
yeah. Can you imagine?
It's crazy.
No.
I don't
That's
have
4
that.
months of selling or like,
Yeah.
Right.
you know, doing
Yeah.
something different.
Adding
But
something new, yeah, like changing
small
things
business
up
side
that
of
you're
stuff.
just to keep the doors open. This is
large
how you have to
corporations.
stay compliant. It's like, exhaust.
Well, God, I feel like I've learned so much. I feel like I could like just pick your brain. I feel like I've learned more about you now in the last like 15
Yeah.
minutes than ever. And I'll make sure to always have Nick on my volleyball team
Okay.
against Lena.
Hurtful. Yeah. You know what? That's fine. That's fine.
No,
Let's
you
go.
know,
Let's do that.
Let's
you
do
know
it.
what? Let's just do
You know,
that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get Nelms and Jake. So 3
Okay.
on.
Oh, we
maybe
could do a 3 on
4.
3?
Yeah, or 4. We can do 3 or 4.
No, we
That's
could
fine.
do 3 on 3.
Okay, let's go.
So you're gonna do Nelms, Jake. I'll do Nick, and
Please pick Cherry.
oh my god,
Just.
Cher-
I just.
Out of retirement.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen
I know
this.
I haven't seen. Cherry is good.
I've not. I just.
He is
it's-
good.
Okay.
Who else? I know I'm missing somebody else or Garrett.
I do want to see this men's against your.
I think it
upcoming
would be
team.
great.
I think
it
that would be really
and I'm
awesome.
going to charge Gate so we can raise some money.
That's a great idea.
I know. Yeah. I think it'd be good.
I mean, if you're married to a player, I think you get in free. Yeah, that's fine. I could ref. I'll be a line judge.
okay.
It's
And
okay.
volunteer.
Yeah.
Yep. See?
Another volunteer.
Volunteer.
Oh, sweet mother.
There
Here
we
we
go.
go. Okay.
Okay, Nick.
Yep.
So have you listened to any of our episodes?
I have, yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Good. Thank you.
I sure
Thank
have.
you. Talking about
I
support.
got
Finally.
I got the app.
Yes.
Oh yes, that's what I'm talking
is-
about.
this matters.
Well, we usually do like warm ups and stuff. But
Yeah,
we've been just more or less
yeah.
like just going straight.
Just because
to
I don't
it.
think of any.
Yeah, because I gave Lena that task, and now
Yep.
she's
You're
like, I don't know,
welcome.
can
Got
I
you out of the
know
hot
what to
seat.
do?
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, so a few questions. What are you currently watching?
Oh,
I know you just
wow.
wrapped up.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we just started The Watcher last night. On Netflix.
I want. Is it good?
It's pretty good.
Let's see.
Stayed
Jake
up
and I
till
need to.
midnight. You know,
Oh,
watching the
yikes.
episode. I know. Yeah.
What- and you-
stupid.
with
call.
Hannah?
Late?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Late.
Oh
Never
my
do
god. Is that normal?
No.
Oh.
That's why. That's how good it is.
Okay.
We
okay. I can do
started
this.
at
Hannah,
I'm excited.
Hannah and Nick, they're like you and Jake. Like they watch their shows together.
Oh, that's true love. That.
Yeah.
Wait, but what did you wrap up?
Yeah. Tell us.
This is kind of embarrassing. I mean,
No,
it's
it's
you're gonna
not
say
embarrassing.
Grey-
It is not
Grey's
embarrassing.
Anatomy,
because
please.
If you'd actually watch the show, you'd be like,
It is.
We just finished Love Is Blind, season 3.
Oh wait. I don't think I've.
I think it's season 3.
season
for sure.
3. It is
I
season
don't know.
3.
Who hosts that
good.
one?
Who hosts that one?
Is it Nick?
Lachey.
Okay,
Lachey.
I have watched that. Jake
you-
doesn't know, so let's skip. Go.
Okay. That is so good. But like once you find out somebody that's watching Love Is Blind, and it's like we need to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
concept is cool because you honestly, people want to have a companion.
Yeah.
And if you can't find it in the real world,
But then
I would totally do it.
and
if
like
I
the
would.
things like when it happens like those issues, it's like it's not because it's like looks. It's not what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how you kind of view that.
Like Bartiz. I'm like, you're just taking all of what we just throwing it out the window.
Okay, maybe I haven't watched this show. I don't know if I know what's going on. Okay.
Backtrack a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you guys
I don't
talking
know. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so
Back to the Watcher. What
Yeah,
else? That's
it
just
is
one.
good. That
So
is
we
good.
wrapped one at Watcher and what else?
That's about it. We watch a lot of Lion Guard.
Yes, we used. That's a good one. We used to watch. I could actually.
not this gal.
Oh, don't,
is-
don't get into it.
It's
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
It's
Watch
for
Lion-
the kids.
Yep.
That's what your kids are watching.
Yeah.
We're watching some crocodile thing on Disney Plus right now. So
Sounds
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
that does sound nice.
And Trips is like, if I get me a crocodile, I'm gonna get some boots. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay. I
great.
don't know where this came from.
Mm-hmm.
What about your drink caffeine of choice?
Well, definitely coffee.
Just
I'm a
plain
huge, yeah,
black?
I'm a huge coffee guy.
What brand of coffee?
Oh, I've kind of been into like San Francisco Bay lately. So
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of energy drink in a can, I
Yeah.
really like. So
Okay.
big problems.
What about reading? The last thing that you've read?
I just bought a new book. I can't remember what it was, though.
What was the last book you just read?
Oh, gosh, it's been a while.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you the title of it. It was probably like 3 years ago.
But you just bought a book recently?
I did, yeah.
This is
Like,
good.
literally, like 2 weekends ago.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm going to get a book.
All right.
Bought a book.
Well, I'm going to ask you that January 1st.
Okay.
You have a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll come back and we'll ask you what book that was. And
You know I don't like homework, but all right.
yeah, well, and
yeah.
you got to. Somebody's got to push it. Somebody's
Is
got
it
to
like
give you a date.
Is it fiction,
Self-help?
nonfiction? Yeah, is it like
I
self-help?
think
Is
it's
it?
actually like a lawyer who gets into some serious work issues and then ends up like having to murder somebody.
Okay, that should be a book that you can definitely finish in a month.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, make it happen.
I can do that.
Yeah,
That's
make
not
it
a
happen.
That sounds good.
That does sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you reading right now? You reading it?
Well, yeah, I'm still. Well, so I got the Mama's hand-free or hand-free Mama, but then you have to read it by month. But like I can't do that, so like I'll read it like 3 chapters and then I'll like give it a break.
Yeah, I know.
So,
yeah.
but that's a really good book. It's
That's
changed
good.
my whole life. So, thanks, Jake.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, if you need any gift ideas for your wife, let me know. Because that's a really good book.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh, it is a really
she's
good-
a big time
Yeah,
reader.
and she's a big
Yes.
time. Yeah,
Yep.
I
This
think
is
she would
that's a
like
good.
that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good.
I could just
Like,
good
we're
for the
talking
soul.
days and the book's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
What other questions? Any last minute?
Do you have a quote you want to leave us
Oh
with?
yeah, leave us with a quote.
I guess maybe a golf quote that kind of has always been with me. It's short. It's from Ron Coleman. He always said, "Feel it, trust it, let it go." So
That could be life. That is
That's
totally
good.
life.
That
Yeah.
is good. I'm gonna tell myself that the next time I go golfing.
Oh. Wait. I need to hear it one more time.
Feel
it, trust it, let it go.
Okay, I like it.
And obviously, that's probably more aimed at the golf swing, but you can kind of apply that to other aspects.
Oh,
of
yeah,
your
for
life.
Oh,
sure.
100%. Because it's always
maybe it
thinking
was
of
a lot
all the other
deeper than
things.
golf.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Nick.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Yeah, that was awesome. We'll probably have you back on. I mean, you're gonna be around here for a while.
Well, not if you.
Not if I heard Lena.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I was gonna say.
Or
Like,
after
no-
we play this 3-on-3
yeah,
match.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, has nothing to do with the stretching. So we're got to go see Emily Young over at Elevate to fix the.
my
Anyways,
gosh.
and let's wrap it up.
All right. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Coaching, Caffeine, and Comedy. And I'm your host, Haley Kobza.
And I'm Lena.
Don't forget to get those giggle grams.
Giggle Grams.